I saw you tweeting. Let's go to college football here now for a moment. I'm Clay Travis. He's Todd Furman. This is The Fade. About the playoff race, I know we'll get the official playoff standings on Tuesday, tomorrow. But if you look at some of these games and the way they go down, I don't think it's crazy to believe, Furman. I wrote about this in my starting 11.
Clay. We want chaos. That's what we need.
Chaos. Well, I mean, I think there are some 2-loss teams that could end up in the mix. But before we get there, Michigan State is a 19-point underdog in the big noon game on Saturday against Ohio State. Fair or foul on that line?
100% fair. When you look at Michigan State, we saw them get absolutely shredded in West Lafayette against Purdue. That secondary had no answers whatsoever for the Purdue passing game. And if you think Purdue's got a good vertical passing game led by David Bell, Ohio State playing in their own building is essentially an aerial attack on steroids with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and the emergence of some young players around them. CJ Stroud has thrown himself right into the thick of things as far as the Heisman race is concerned. And I think that's the other story worth paying attention to, because if Stroud goes out there and puts up numbers like he did last Saturday, and Ohio State is able to take a comfortable lead, forcing Michigan State to abandon Kenneth Walker, I think Walker can play himself out of the race. Now, if the Spartans are in this thing from start to finish, suddenly we're talking about the Wake Forest transfer having a chance to punch his ticket to New York and be a legitimate contender. And while as successful as Mel Tucker has been with this Michigan State team, I just don't think they have the athletes in space. I think Peyton Thorne has to play the best game of his career just to keep that back door open. I think Ohio State scores in the high 40s, maybe even the low 50s. We'll see what Sparty can do. But my early lean is Ohio State laying the lumber. Wouldn't be shocked if we saw a repeat of what the thumping that Ohio State put on Purdue last weekend.